On the upper terrace of the Blue Mountain Quarry lies a stretch of track the narrow gauge engines called the Risky Ravine. It is an oval of track that goes around the entire quarry. The line is dangerous to anything that rocks side to side. Duncan is a narrow gauge engine that unfortunately has a tendency to do exactly that. Duncan had been sent to work at the quarry after Ivo Hugh had been involved in a landslide. Duncan had only worked in the quarry once before, and he didn't know about the weekly supported track, and as he couldn't help rock and rolling, what happened next was inevitable.
When I get back, I'm going to ask Mr. Hugh to let me pull other trains. The rubbish disposal trains will be better than... Whoa, 6!
Luckily, Duncan got caught on a branch of a tree some 25 metres before the bottom of the ravine. Duncan had just spent 10 minutes on the tree branch when Peter Sam arrived to help.
Well, Duncan, I guess your rock and rolling got the better of you. We've been telling you for years to stop messing about on the line. Now look what's happened.
Ha ha, very funny, Peter Sam. Can you please rescue me now? I can hear the branches snapping.
Right, I'll get a crane.
Thank you for rescuing me, Peter Sam. Now let's go home.
Well, I've checked all over and you'll be spending a long time in the works. Scarlowy, could you please take Duncan over to the Crovens Gate works?
Yes, sir. Off we go, Duncan.
Well, everyone, I guess I'll see you all when I get back. Goodbye.
Excuse me, Mr. Hugh. I've got one question.
Yes, Rusty?
Who'll take Duncan's place at the quarry?
Well, I don't know. I phoned Jason earlier and he said there's no narrow gauge engine up for sale anywhere.
I know where we can get 2 narrow gauge engines from. The ultimate Sodor railway. It closed down in 1900 due to financial troubles. Peter Sam, Proteus and I were sold to the Scarlowy Railway, while Duke was sold to the Duke of Sodor, where he was left in a shed for ages until we found him in the late 30s.
Yes, but where did the 2 engines come into it?
Well, sir, there were 2 other engines that were very mean to us. They were from America, and we
don't speak of them anymore.
Please, Duke. You know we're desperate for more engines. Why were they mean to you?
Well, let me tell you. The last 20 years of the 19th century were some of the best times of my life. I worked on a simple little railway in the middle of Sodor, hence the name Mid-Sodor. I was the MSR's number 1, Stanley was the number 2, Falcon was number 3, Stewart was number 4, Smudger was the number 5, and a little engine called Atlas was the last to join us in 1898. We were supposed to get 3 or 4 more engines, but our manager cancelled his order at the last moment due to money losses. We never met them or found out what happened to them after that. But 2 days after, our manager sold Atlas and Bertram to the mines once again, due to money losses. Then came the one day and told us that we would close at the end of the week if more money didn't come. Then the generator at the back of our shed broke down. It also happened to be the day Smudger crashed into his office with some trucks of stone. He was so angry with him, he turned him into a generator to replace the broken one. Then came Stanley's fate. He was always rude to Falcon, Stewart, Proteus and I. Stanley became lazy, claiming that he wouldn't do any more work until Smudger was put back into railway service. The manager was also very mad with him, so he took away his name and told us to call him number 2. So we did. He was so angry with the manager he decided to puff up to the station platform and we steam all over him and the passengers. The passengers left at once saying what a bad railway it was and that they'd never come back again. The manager sent him to the mine where Atlas was working. Then our manager lost all the money. He filed for bankruptcy and sold me to the Duke of Sodor and the remaining 3 to the Scarlowy Railway, where 2 of them have been ever since.
Wow, what an incredible story. So do you think we could find Stanley and Smudger now?
Alas, no. There seems very little chance of finding them. Even if we did, I doubt they would still be alive. Our drivers read a morning paper to us in the winter of 1910. It said that due to a heavy rainstorm that caused a huge landslide, most of the mid-Sodor line had been buried. I don't even know what's left of it.
Well, there's still a chance. I'll telephone Jason and ask him if we can go looking for them.
OK, but if we do find them, and we can restore them back into working order, please don't make them work with me. I've never liked their attitude.
Well, Duke, you haven't seen them in 80 years. Maybe they've changed.
Huh, highly unlikely.